Not even 70 stitches and a gruesome van crash could shatter Wendy Frew's dogged determination. Frew's tenacious defensive attitude, competitiveness, and work ethic are the pillars her 16-year elite netball career have been built around. The Southern Steel captain will run out in front of her adoring Stadium Southland crowd for the final time in Wednesday's National Premiership Elimination Final, which will be renamed Wendy Frew Stadium. For the occasion, most thought she'd played her final game last June after a van, carrying Frew and 5 of her Steel teammates, was struck by a car at a Christchurch intersection. The van slid for 30 meters, and flipped on its side, terrifying onlookers. Frew still can't believe everyone survived. She required 70 stitches and underwent surgery to deal with 2 large gashes on her arm and leg. Somehow, Frew defied the medical experts to recover within 16 days and take the court in front of her beloved Invercargill fans for the grand final against the Pulse. Given the adversity the Steel overcame, they were never losing that game. They triumphed 69-53 to complete a perfect Premiership season, 16 wins from 16 matches, an achievement Frew labels the most significant of her career, along with her lone test for the Silver Ferns in 2008. Every time I think about last year it gives me goosebumps. What we achieved with the situations we were put in, it just showed you the true character of the girls would create it down here and the environment, to come back and win the whole thing and go unbeaten. Little did she realize, another setback was around the corner. 9 days later, a distraught Frew was helped off the court in the final of the Super Club tournament in Nelson. Scans revealed she'd ruptured her Achilles. It was a hammer blow for the gritty Southlander, who'd been named in a 25-strong Silver Ferns trial list and looked poised for a test recall, 9 years on from her debut. Months of rehabilitation followed, with Frew determined not to let an injury bring the curtain down on her career. 33-year-old made it back for her swan-song season and has 1 guaranteed match left in the Steel dress, 2 if they win and make the final on August 12. Netball was fortunate to win the race for her sporting talent. Born into the sports-mad Telfer family, there was always a ball being chucked about in the backyard of their Rosedale home in Invercargill. Finding numbers for games was never a problem with parents, Colin and Karen, having 8 children, including Wendy's twin sister, Debbie. Saturdays in summer were spent at the softball diamond at Surrey Park, where the Telfer kids ran around with their mitts, playing and watching games. Rugby was her first love, playing first 5 for the Mayor's Club until she stumbled across netball aged 12 when her St Teresa's school side were short a player. Sport came easily for Frew, who was an outstanding touch player, making the New Zealand under-19 mixed side for the World Juniors in Auckland in 2001. She could have gone down the softball path, representing the junior White Sox and White Sox star team as a second-base shortstop. Frew was showing promise as a mid-quarter in netball, being called into the Southern Sting National League side in 2002 while a 7th former at Verdon College. Juggling netball and softball was becoming an issue. Frew was given leave from her Sting commitments to go and play for the White Sox in a 2003 Olympic qualifying tournament in Sydney. Choosing netball proved a smart move. Frew was a member of the all-conquering Sting side, coached by Robin Broughton, her senior A coach at Verdon, and a key influence over her career. The Sting were a force to be reckoned with, winning 7 of the 10 National League finals contested between 1998 and 2007. They were the hottest ticket in town in Invercargill, playing in front of rabid fans, who donned teal-coloured garb and wigs. Frew captured 4 titles, 3 in a row between 2002-04 and their final one in 2007 before the Sting morphed into the Steel with the creation of the Trans-Tasman League. It did get Southland on the map. It was a great thing for the Southland community and the supporters just got behind us. There was nothing else in the world that mattered. The Sting were front and back page news in Southland. Their street parades through central Invercargill after final wins were something the whole region embraced. The first year we had the parade with the ticker tape stuff, they hadn't learned to throw them properly. The first couple of years people were getting black eyes and shiners from people knocking them in the head. By the end, people certainly got used to it. Those parades were unreal. It was the most unreal feeling driving around with a trophy in the truck and all the girls happy as the arrival of Australian opposition meant tempered expectations for the Kiwi sides in the Trans-Tasman League. Frew Steel were regular pace-setters among the New Zealand teams, but despite making the playoffs 4 times, never qualified for a final. She received offers from rival franchises several times, but true to her Southland roots couldn't picture herself wearing any dress other than the steel. Broughton says that commitment sums Frew up. She's just good solid Wendy. She's just there for you all the time. You couldn't want a more loyal player or team member. Wendy was the stay-at-home Southland girl. Frew enjoys royal-like status in Invercargill. She is a recognizable face and revered by Steel fans for her deeds on the court, but humility off it. Everyone loves her down here. She's the heart of our team, longtime Steel teammate T. Huinga Rio Selby Rickett says. Don't bother going supermarket shopping with her, though. Every aisle, 2 or 3 people are stopping her. It's a whole other level if you're with Wendy. Everyone has a long conversation with her. She pays attention to everyone and everyone feels special. She's spoken to them. Frew played one test for the Silver Ferns on November 2, 2008, against Australia in Brisbane. She was injected off the bench in the 4th quarter by coach Ruth Aitken. Pet game the Ferns lost 43-41. Many felt she should have been given greater opportunities in the black dress. With mid-court star Laura Langman and Jolene Henry in front of her at wing defense for most of her career, it was tough to break, and it's probably one thing I do regret, not getting more time in the Ferns, but that's how it went. I don't have regrets with the effort I put in to try and achieve that. Frew is among a group of New Zealand netballers to balance motherhood with the demands of professional sport. She and firefighter husband Trent are parents to son, Archie, 5, and daughter, Indy, 2. The children rarely miss a Steel home game. Frew says they have provided a fresh perspective on life and improved her time management with netball. I think it gives you a real purpose when you're at training or you're on tours and you're away from the kids. You really want to put the most into it, so you're actually benefiting being away from them and making sure you're achieving something pretty special. As for life after netball, Frew, who's always been a sharp analyst of the game, says coaching appeals. She wants to concentrate on family time once the season is over, but is keen to eventually step into coaching via the club ranks. It would be little surprise to see her pop up as an assistant or specialist coach with a Steel before long. Certainly I would like to, down the track, get into some form of coaching. Netball is a great game and I'd love to see how I can go at the coaching level. Before any of that, Frew has the small matter of trying to add an exclamation point to her 174-game career with another title. Not seeing her hustling around on defense, picking up turnovers, in her familiar wing defense bib is going to take some getting used to. For 16 years, she's embodied all that's good about Sting and Steel netball. Stuff promoted, stories recommended by